Hey, it's Luke John Harrison here. Before we get into this video, make sure please that you like, comment and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure the bell notification icon is on. It only takes 1 second of your day to make mine. Now let's get into it. This is how a hard-on would walk if it was a walking stiffy. In all seriousness, actually, I'm talking about sex drive. I'm talking about men's sex drive and how important it is and how to actually be a walking hard-on. Get your libido back, get yourself boosted up, because many of us guys in what they say when you hit mid-30s, your testosterone starts to drop naturally, which is true. But there's several things you can do in order to keep that high as you age. And I found over the past 10 years, mine has actually naturally grew, which has been fantastic because of the actions that I've chose to do and how I look after my health and my body. So let's give you a few things that'll naturally help boost your sex drive and make you into a walking hard-on. So you got to consider, when it comes to libido and sex drive, one thing that kills testosterone is cortisol, which is your stress hormone, right? The more stressed you become, the lower your testosterone levels will be. Therefore, the less likely you feel for sex. Now, while stress affects people in different ways, that's often not just a precursor to a lower sex drive, but also the higher cortisol is prone for a lot of other problems within your body as well, problems you can't necessarily see. But if we start to reduce our stress by using techniques and tools, meditation is a great one, but a lot of guys don't want to do that. Yoga is a great one. A lot of guys don't want to do that. They think it's a load of crap. But exercise in itself is a good de-stress tool. Not too much, mind, because exercise itself is stress, right? But you've also got to think about the other things you can do. Is limit your time on social media. Limit your time getting involved in drama. That's a huge thing. Another thing you can do is look after your diet, right? Now, you cannot be a consistent stiffy by living on pizza and crisps and chocolate and chips and fried foods, right? You can't, because what that's going to do is that's going to inhibit your sex drive as well in many ways. It's not, I mean, how many times do you eat a full meal pizza, feel bloated and want to get laid? Just doesn't work, does it? It just doesn't work. But however, if you start to look after your diet a little bit more and the choices that you make, it's going to have a big impact. So to naturally boost your testosterone, did you know that you can start to eat more good fats and it will naturally raise your testosterone levels? Interesting that, isn't it? Because good fats help reduce inflammation in the body and it can actually help naturally boost your testosterone. So good fats, I'm talking about avocado, I'm talking about coconut oil, I'm talking about nuts and seeds, I'm talking about olive oil, oily fish like salmon, things like that. That can be a massive natural benefit towards you raising your testosterone levels. Not only, because obviously the biggest testosterone booster, which is totally unnatural and I wouldn't recommend at all, is steroids. That's synthetic testosterone. That's why you hear people go on steroids and they're like a dog with two dicks. But that's not healthy, and we know that, right? So I'm trying to give you some healthy ways. De-stressing, eating a lot more good fat. And also, I think appreciating your body is a huge one. And this is massive, right? See, most guys as well, they'll watch a lot of porn. And watching a lot of porn, what that does is it kind of warps your view of sex. It warps your view of how people should be and act within sex, and when your reality doesn't go in line with that expectation, it can put you off a lot, and it can drain your energy as well when you're watching a lot of porn. People forget, like, consistent porn watch is an energy drain. I'm not saying it doesn't have its purpose. I stopped watching porn a long time ago because it just stopped serving me. What I realized is I was less up for sex the more I was masturbating to porn, which was just mindless fucking. The more that I was doing that, the less I felt like I was actually walking hard on. I would just do a quick fix, immediately gratifying wank to feel better, and then not realize actually I don't really feel like getting my leg over and going through the process of seducing and getting turned on as much. I just want to quick and go. And that ultimately actually doesn't do your sex drive very well, does it? So we've got to think about those things. Think about your stress levels, de-stressing. Think about eating more good fat, and think about appreciating your body more. Not just going for a quick fix wank, but looking after what goes into your body, the food, how much water you're drinking, how much sleep you're getting as well. Sleep is a huge one for moderating your circadian rhythm, which is your body's natural sleep and wake cycles, which hormonally will help your testosterone raise naturally as well. The less sleep that you get, your testosterone levels could be a lot lower. Obviously not the case for everybody, but the majority is that's what happens to the body, is when we reduce our sleep pattern, our natural sleep pattern as well, it fucks with our internal hormones and in turn our emotions. So we have to think about this little thing called self-care. Looking after ourselves, looking after our body, trying not to drink very much, especially before bed, and looking after our diet, looking after how we treat this thing. Because ultimately, the sexual feeling, the sexuality is within this physical body, right? If you're fat and out of shape and you don't like the way you look, you're not going to feel very sexy or very up for it, right? You're not going to feel like you really want to have really ravenous, passionate sex if you feel frumpy and low and your energy's crap and you struggle to get it up and all you want to do is rather watch porn, or you'd rather order a takeaway than have to seduce somebody. You got to think about this. Self-care is critical. Hey, self-care is sexy, so you looking after yourself a bit more goes a long, long way. Don't neglect self-care. Look after your stress and be very mindful of what you put in here. See you later.